You're listening to It Matters with Kelly Cords on AM 1240. WJON.
Looking for a ride or die, ride or die, ride or die.
AM 1240 and 95.3 FM WJON. Music there from Clayton Smalley, Ride or Die, from his new EP, Whiskey Sunrise. And Clayton is joining us today. Clayton, how are you?
I'm doing great, Kelly. How are you?
I'm great. I happened to have a friend tell me all about you a little bit, maybe earlier this week or maybe at the end of last week. And I'm like, okay, I'll take a listen and see what he sounds like. And they sent me about 5 of your songs. And I thought, wow, this guy's really got a great sound. The tracks are super great. You must have great people that are working with you. Where are you from? Where do you live?
I'm originally from Southern California, but I live in Spanish Fork, Utah right now. Thanks so much for having me on, by the way.
Absolutely. So are you like a summer kind of tour person? Or are you getting ready to kind of hit the road with your new music and let the world hear who you are coming up anytime soon?
Don't have any plans for like actual big-time touring yet, but I'll play a bunch around locally, regionally in the summertime when the snow melts.
Well, and that's what I was reading about you. Is that, like, I mean, you truly, we got these great songs. You're a great entertainer, but you also work really hard.
Yeah. I'm a construction special inspector, so I do that 40 hours a week, and then
live the dream.
Night and then on the weekend.
Live the dream on the side. It's kind of what people end up doing. So tell me, how did you get into music? How long have you been singing? I mean, since you were just a kid, or?
Yeah, I've been singing since like high school, junior high. First time I really had any kind of real reaction was at a high school talent show, and I did the dance by Garth Brooks, and that kind of got a good reaction from it, and started doing karaoke and
kind of started falling in love with music and singing, and kind of became a passion of yours.
Yep.
Yeah.
And since then, it's always been kind of a dream to do it, full time or however far I can take it.
Right. Now, so the people that you play with when you do your shows, do you have a regular band that kind of hangs out with you that you've been working with for years? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I've got guys that it's only been a couple of years here. I took a pretty long break from music. It was just a couple of years ago. I kind of realized I was having more time and got going again and playing around here.
I've had a break like that myself. Like I sang full time way back in the day, and then I lost my voice.
You have a great voice.
Thank you. And then I took a break too. Had some kids, and then now I'm back to singing because you can't take the musician out of you can't take that singer or the songwriter out. You sometimes you have to put it on hold for a while. You got things to do, obligations in life. But I'm really glad that you decided to jump back in because you really have a voice to share with the world.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that.
We've got a bunch of music here, and we're going to ask you some questions in between. Whiskey Sunrise, can you tell me a little bit about that song?
Yeah, that's probably one of the ones I put the most into it. I had a preconceived notion of where I wanted it to go and stuff. Came up with the melody, and I think the chorus, and then my co-writer, John, helped me come up with the rest of it. I kind of envisioned like an Eagles sounding kind of song on that one because they were a pretty big influence on me.
Me too. I mean, who wasn't? They're just great. So do you mind if we play this song for everybody?
No, absolutely.
Okay, this is Whiskey Sunrise by Clayton Smalley, and we'll be chatting with him in just a moment after we listen to some more great music. Oh, yeah, you got to love that. Whiskey Sunrise. Clayton Smalley with us today, and some of his great music. That's a beautiful song, and I love that steel guitar in there. I had a great steel guitar player, too. Who's the player on that steel?
The steel, I'm not sure, actually. They sent that out.
It sure makes it makes for a nice, smooth sound, though. I mean, it just fits so well with the chorus and the Whiskey Sunrise. That's a great song.
Yeah, I'm really happy with the way that turned out. Thank you.
Absolutely. So, like, for you and I, when I was playing music forever, this kind of before all the contests that people do, The Voice and American Idol, and you hit the road and you learned how to play, and you had the School of Hard Knocks kind of getting your voice ready to go and things like that. Nowadays, things are a little bit different. Have you ever attempted to do any of the contests like Chris Young and Miranda Lambert and Carrie Underwood, they all got their break, not having to bust their butts like some of us others. Have you tried
not
it?
Yet, no.
You should.
Yeah.
You should.
I've thought about it.
It's definitely an experience, but, sometimes it cuts a lot of the, you got a voice like this, you got songs like this, you can hit so many people all at once, if you get a chance at it. Of course, it's, it's like one shot in a million, but, somebody like you should have a great shot.
Well, thanks. Yeah, I've thought about it. I'm a spring chicken, so it's definitely crossed my mind.
It can be kind of an ordeal because it's like an all-day thing. So if you think you have an appointment at 11, you have to be there at 6 in the morning, and you just kind of have to pace yourself. But you definitely, and I think sometimes they appreciate someone that has had a little bit of time to hone in their voice. Like you've got a very nice, mellow voice, and there's no fluctuations in your voice that I ever feel uncomfortable with, and that's something to say when you hear a singer.
Cool, well, thank you.
How many people are in your band that you play with?
It's 4, including myself. It's just me, a guitar player and backup vocals, bass, and drummer. Yeah.
Gotcha. Now, are these people that you've known for a long time, or?
Like 2 years ago when I started getting back into music, I started a YouTube channel and just started doing cover videos, trying to just, get my chops back and just get some songs built up. And I put out a classified ad actually looking for guys that wanted to play and put something together.
That's great.
And that's how I met the drummer and the guitar player. And then we've gone through a couple bass players over the last couple of years, but yeah, we got now it's really good.
Yeah. Guy. It takes some time. It's like once you find a couple players, though, sometimes they have their connections. And, hey, so-and-so is free right now. And pretty soon you come across a little group that might take a little time, but all of a sudden everybody's just gelling, and when it happens, and when the magic is there. And it sounds like you have hit that.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. We've been playing quite a bit this last summer and this winter. So
have you been playing through the winter, too?
Yeah, mostly, local bars and stuff. And, a couple music venues, but, yeah. Okay. Yeah, we have been playing.
Now, there's one song that I heard here. I was listening last night. There was a female artist that you were singing with, and it was really a nice duet. Is that the 24/7 song?
Yep, that's 24/7. That's Belinda Charlene. She's a Swedish country artist, and she's got some good stuff too. She likes the old school, like Dolly Parton, Tammy Wynette, that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
that was the first I'd heard that Sweden even had a country big country music environment. Yeah, they have a big festival out there every summer and stuff.
That's neat.
It's something I'm hoping to go out and be a part of one of these days.
That would be really neat too, wouldn't it? Like is that how you met up with her, like in a studio kind of situation?
So my co-writer, John Griffin, knew her and has worked with her on some of her projects and stuff. And she was in Nashville when I went out there in July.
Great, okay.
To do the recording, so yeah, that's when I met her.
So when did you meet John? I know you guys have a really good working relationship. He's working with you on all of these things.
We met over Instagram. When I first started my Instagram, started following people that had things to do with music, whether it was recording or posting stuff up like me. And he came up as a suggestion, so I followed him. And he messaged me asking how I'd found him and stuff. And I think a day or two later, he asked if I wrote or if I had my own songs or if I was interested in writing. And that was it was actually just last week was a year from the day I met him.
Is that right?
And, yeah. And we've been writing over FaceTime once a week ever since.
It's just amazing what we can do anymore, right? You can write from where you are at in Utah, but you could also be in Florida, or you could head down to Nashville and write with somebody in another country. I mean, really, we can. It's just an amazing what technology's allowed us to be able to do.
Yeah, it's awesome.
We've got time to play one more song on our way out, but before we play that, I would like to try to give people an idea of where they can find your music. Where can they go to get it? Do you have a website, Facebook? What do we do?
Yeah, I've got all of it. My website's www.claytonsmalleymusic.com, and Facebook or Instagram, both are Clayton Smalley Country, and there's links to the music's everywhere. You can download or stream music. So
okay, awesome.
Search it.
So if you have a preference, which song would you like me to play here? I've got more right here than wrong. I've got Building Bridges. I got 24/7.
Let's go 24/7.
24/7.
Belinda. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's nice of you to give her a little shout out here too. And
absolutely,
I really appreciate you taking time for us this morning. And thank you for sharing your music. And thanks for getting back out there and doing what you love to do.
Well, thank you for having me on. And thanks to Stacy for putting us together.
Yeah, Stacy, she's great. She's crazy. Yeah. Clayton Smalley Music.com. This guy's great and great person, too. Somebody you want to pick up his music. Take a listen.
On your mind when you lay down, first thought in your head when the sun comes round, in between be there